going to do is format your text for the header. And I'm going to show you how I formatted this text. All I did was highlight the content for ID header goes here and typed in the text that I wanted to have. This is shift vertical bracket and it's underneath your delete key. Once you type the text, and I'm in the navigation div tag, not the text formatting, in the navigation div tag, I can pick under text, I can pick the color and set the color, and I'm going to write that number down so I can use it later. I can pick the font, the style, the variant, the weight. I'm going for bold. Font size 16, that's pretty big. 22 is ginormous. I want to center it, and then I want to push it down from the header a little tiny bit. So I'm going to click on my properties palette and I'm going to add a little tiny bit of padding, maybe just 5 points. But when you add 5 points, it actually gives me a 55 pixel height now instead of a 5 pixel height. So you can literally type in -5 here if you don't want to do math and then shrink that. And you can see that's pushed it down a little tiny bit from the header. That's perfect. So that's the look that we want. And I kind of got to remember that too. So it's Lucidia, normal, bold, 16, centered. Let's remember that for later because we'll need to create a active, a link, a visited, and a hover in the same color and style. That's the first part. Second part is new CSS for the text in our content. I know that I have a headline, I have body text, and I have a caption. So I'm going to type headline, body text, and caption so I know that I'm formatting these guys. You have to do all of your CSS formatting in the template page. You won't be able to create new CSS in your web pages, the HTML pages. So we're just going to do it all here and have it be ready to go. So the headline, I kind of want it to look like this, but maybe dark gray. So I'm going to go into my CSS selector. I'm going to hit plus. This is a new thing. And I'm going to type dot headline and create a new class, a new inline style. So dot headline, I'm going to hit enter. Nothing happened because we haven't done anything yet. But with headline selected, I can go in here and say, okay, the color I want for this is going to be a dark gray. And back into here, Lucidia, normal, normal, bold, pixels, let's go 14. And we'll left align it. And you can do a lot of other stuff, shadows and blurs and transformation, but I don't want to do that right now. And I'm just going to hit OK. So I'm going to highlight the headline, and this is where that properties inspector comes into play. With CSS selected, you have HTML and CSS. Your targeted rule is what you just created, new inline style, there's my headline. If it doesn't show up in there, you forgot to type the dot. But if it shows up, boom, there it is, it looks great. So let's do this again for body text. I'm going to hit a new selector, and I'm going to call it body text, and put the dot in there. Hit enter to create it, and then I'm going to go in, color, again dark gray, it's just not quite as harsh as the heavy black text. Lucidia, normal, 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 pixels, see I went 14, so let's go 12, line height normal, normal, and left aligned. I'm going to highlight that body text, new inline style, there's my body text. Looks good. Caption might be a little small. These might be both a little small. You'll have to play around and see what looks good. Caption's the next one. New selector, dot caption. Captions are little. So we'll go in here, we'll do color. Let's just do black. Same font. Normal. Ooh, italic. That would be fun. Normal. Lighter. Pixels 10. And left align probably. Might need to change it, but we can change it in here. I'm going to highlight caption. And I'm going to pick caption. Oh, there it is. Looks pretty good. Going to do the same thing for your footer, or it might look pretty good as body text. If it does, go with it. But then again, this needs to be centered, and that isn't centered. So I would like to create another one for footer. So I'm going to do dot footer, because we already have the div tag here. I'm going to hit enter. And for footer, again, let's just design this thing up however you want. Keep those design skills in mind, though, with color theory and typography. Normal pixels, 12 point, ooh, not 112. Line height normal, centered, and we're good to go. So then I can highlight my footer text here, and I can do footer here. Oh, it did not center. And center your text. So that's where we have a div tag that's fighting with the CSS. And I'm going to guess that that's in here. And we're going to go ahead and center that one too. So I've centered my div tag as well. And now it's pretty good. Again, this one is too close to the line. So we're going to go into layout and add some padding. I'm going to add 10 points of padding on here. And then do 75 minus 10. And that balances it out. Next video.